going to light another incense stick. And I'm also going to light another one of my candles, what I made myself. Peppermint and eucalyptus one. A peppermint and eucalyptus essential oils candle. Which are really fun to make. And then I is going to, with my pre-blended massage oil, use some of this massage oil made by me, which actually smells amazing. I might even do some spiritual spray as well, actually. Why not? Just to get a nice mist. Lavender. And spray on my crown chakra as well. Right, so we've got a couple, right, who have some sort of infatuation, right? So we've got a karmic couple who's got some sort of infatuation. I was getting that there's been some sort of studying going down, right? Some sort of studying going down by this karmic couple. That smells nice. Yeah, some mad infatuation with this karmic couple. So I was getting that this couple could have been together, either lived together already, worked together. They could be work friends, and partners. So look, there could be lovers, partners, work friends. So we've got message in reverse, family room, marriage in reverse, mature woman and false person. So I was getting at this karmic couple who wanted to see themselves as some sort of Bonnie and Clyde, has done some forced, arranged marriage with this mature woman without her knowing, or she may have known something about it and found out something that was not right. So not really knowing about it, or may have some sort of suspicion that something's just not right. Maybe you just can get some messages via dream state, or could be a reader, could have predicted something like this. So yeah, we've got a couple who's married. This feminine has portrayed herself to be this mature woman. Yeah. So she's married this masculine and she is pretending to be this mature woman and have this mature woman's identity. So basically we've got this female who's married to someone under a fake identity. Change. We've got change, poverty, great fortune and community. Wow. And then house. And then concern in reverse. So what they found out with this message mail could have been, we've got coffin, could have been some sort of will money. Someone could have left some sort of will money, right? And they could have been the ones who were supposed to deliver a message surrounding maybe some sort of will money, or they could have been the ones who, knew that this mature woman was coming into this great fortune. So with a community of people, they did a fake false marriage. A community of people turned up to this marriage. Maybe a lot of them knew that they was pretending that this mature woman was attending this wedding, but she never actually attended this wedding because obviously she's not married. So I was getting maybe on government record, it could say that she's married when she's not married. But this masculine has married this feminine who's portraying to be this mature woman, so they can take this great fortune, we've got poverty, and come out of poverty because they wanted a change in their life, a big change in their life, because they wanted this great fortune. We've got a house, we've got concern in reverse. They're really unconcerned for their own mental health at this point. I mean, obviously, if they're doing a fake false wedding, this feminine's pretending to be someone who she's not, and marrying someone and pretending to be this feminine. So obviously, it's not her real name. So she's married someone under a different name. Maybe took a birth certificate, could have took some sort of photo identification and pretended to be this feminine along with this masculine false person who both wearing a mask, and they're both gone along with it. So he's actually married to somebody. So he's married to someone. They're actually kind of like married, but they're not actually married, which is starting to get a bit confusing. So they've done a wedding ceremony, and they've posed to be somebody else in order to take this great fortune and come out of poverty, and they think that they should be able to change legal documentation and switch up something. A community of people have attended this wedding. They've all bought gifts for this wedding, and I was getting a lot of them knew surrounding taking some sort of money and a home. So this married couple who's falsely married are living inside of a home, but they've only done it for the materialistic things. So there's probably not even no love between these two. It's a fake wedding, and they've only got married because this feminine is pretending to be this mature woman, which kind of gets really confusing. And then we've got a coffin and journey in reverse, and we've got wealthy man and imprisonment in reverse, and lovers in reverse. So basically, they could have been on-off lovers. They could have had some sort of romantic connection, this couple who's married, false married. And I is getting at this masculine has no romantic attraction to this mature woman, and this mature woman maybe has no romantic attraction to this masculine. He's only married her behind her back with a fake woman, so he can become a wealthy man because it's all about the materialistic things. So it's literally getting me more confused as I'm tapping into it, because I'm thinking I don't understand how they've got away with it. But with this mature woman and coffin, they got too far into it, and they actually wanted her children, her full life, her great fortune, her real estate, and married her, wanted to snatch the children and wanted to end her to stop them from going to prison because they wanted all the materialistic things. So the very dangerous couple, along with the friends and the community, the group who is linking up to them, are extremely, extremely dangerous. Well, they're willing to marry somebody falsely without them knowing. Toxic. All right, so we've got toxic and bankrupt. And then we've got mass satanic rituals. Jesus Christ. Wow. Then we've got some cactuses. So they could have tried to do some sort of lethal injection with this cactus and spike. They could have done some sort of lethal injection on this mature woman. They could have tried to spike this woman's food, tap, water, and this child or children's to stop it getting out 5 to 10. So she could have child or children between the ages of 5 to 10, and they could have been poisoning this children, sending negative energy, sending negative energy. We've got sending negative energy towards this femme and her child or children. They've got multiple fake accounts. I mean, wow, it's a fake wedding. They're acting all fake and false. Obviously, they're going to have a lot of fake accounts. Then we've got no thinking allowed on, like, this brain sticker, no thinking allowed. So basically, they do not want this feminine to be able to think for herself. So they could have tried to do some sort of power of attorney or done some sort of poisoning, toxic poisoning, to end this feminine because they're very toxic and they want this herb. They want this great fortune for themselves. We've got look under vehicle inspection mirrors. They could be following in cars. Vans, cars. They could be doing that. Wanting to know this feminine's every move because they know that they stole her life. We've got danger. Just to confirm, we've got danger, high voltage. They could be trying to do some sort of electrical explosion next. They could be doing electrical fire. Maybe if they are under investigation and they really want to avoid prison, they could be the Satanists and they want to be part of a secret society. They want that legal protection. We've got cyber bullies. So they're bullying from fake accounts online, doing a lot of dark mass. We've got Satanists, satanic rituals. Then we've got a no phone zone. So crossing out, right? So basically, they've been harassing via phone calls, via stealing your inheritance. It's just come out. Harassing via phone calls, harassing via some sort of social media from fake accounts, starting arguments because they're very toxic and they know what they've done is wrong, yet they're harassing the person who they've stolen from and totally rubbing it in her face and want her every single move tracked and traced because they're planning on. We've got hitman, right? Wow. And then we've got bike. So they could be trying to do a hit and run. There could be an assassin who's like actually on a push bike, right? Because this is a push bike. Then we've got like an army type of masculine. So they could be actually agents. They could be police officers. They could work in the army and they could already have, access to body armour, cameras and military type of weapons, guns and stuff like that. So they thought, we'll just follow her around. We'll marry her without her knowing. We'll harass her via a phone call because we can hack into her account. We could pretend to be her, doppelganger her, then remove her, take her place, and then become her. So we've got a lot of poorly military people. Murdering animals as a form of attack. So basically, they could have snatched her children because they want, so abduction, they actually want to become her and literally putting hits out on her because they took this inheritance, they took control of a home, they're unconcerned for their own actions and they're unconcerned for the trauma what her child or children's going through because of their pure evil acts. School teacher. So they've got a school teacher involved as well, and they've got a hoodoo. So they've got a school teacher involved who's doing hoodoo on the children while the children attend school. So we've got a school teacher involved. I'm telling you, with what's going on with me, my children's school teachers, they've been involved as well. So we've got a school teacher who's involved doing hoodoo, stolen will money, who knows about it, and she's teaching the child or children at school and doing hoodoo. So we've got bikes, so she could ride a push bike. So we've got a teacher who could be teaching the children, primary school teacher who could be teaching these children and doing hoodoo on the child, knowing that they are plotting and planning to abduct the child at school. They've done it with me. They've done similar-ish to me where they've abducted my children and then brought a law into place straight away. Like, they would not change the law surrounding child sex trafficking and stuff like that, but after sacrificing me and stealing everything, they put a law into place to stop me from collecting my own children from school, hugging my children, stuff like that, because they've abducted my children, shit ton of black magic, stolen my inheritance, and twisted absolutely everyone and everyone against me. Soulless beings. So they're all soulless beings. They're all soulless beings hiding legal documents, changing times, dates, names on documentation sites, getting that they've got some sort of a birth certificate made out like this mature woman was attended, forged some sort of legal documentations to say she is married and what have you. So then this masculine and feminine who's pretending to be her can have power of attorney. So she's pretending to be this mature woman and he's only married her, this fake wife, not for love, but for the love of money. So she's posing to have this feminine's identification and actually be this person. They're very toxic. We've got skull burns, low vibrational, insurance scam, personality disorder. So this feminine is struggling with a severe personality disorder where she's acting like she is this mature woman. And her fake husband's totally fine with that. A fake husband's totally fine with her having a personality disorder where she strongly believes in her head because she's acted and followed this mature woman around, and everything this mature woman says or does or the way she acts, she tries to reenact it all. And then they'll just start laughing and giggling to each other while she's pretending to be somebody else. And she's very retarded. She's extremely retarded, and he's totally fine with that. We've got chip shop. So I could be linking to someone who works at a local chip shop. So we've got a school teacher, chip shop, someone who works with some sort of guns. So that could be armed police. That could be military type. So they've all got really toxic. Stalking. Oh, we've got a police officer stalking what's just come out, wanting to know your every move. So they could be police officers. Yeah. And then they're making out like the undercover policeman, policewoman, and they need to watch this woman because she's under investigation for yada, yada, yada. When in actual fact, that was just a ploy to study this feminine, to try and be this feminine, and to take this feminine's identification. So they put this mature woman under false investigation because they are studying her to become her, to steal absolutely everything that's hers. Then it could be a lot of money, this great fortune. So there's community people like, oh, we'll have £50,000, £60,000 each or something. And then if you're in a couple in a love relationship, we could bang that money together and we could buy a home. Chippy, chip shop. Chippy, chip shop could be significant. Starting arguments to get you in trouble. Wow. Sending distractions. So we've got the messaging this feminine to starting arguments in the street, getting gobby to this feminine. So then when an argument breaks out and if she has to self-defend herself because there's corrupt police officers involved, the corrupt police officers can come and get her arrested to stop them from being arrested and going down for the sickening things what they've been getting up to. Dysfunctional is what they are. They're very dysfunctional. They're very distorted. Again, they've literally wanted to become this person. Local police force involved in cover-ups, and we've got stolen bikes, so there could be something significant surrounding a push bike. They could have stolen her or her child or children's push bike, knowing that they're a police officer and thinking it's all right, we'll just steal that push bike as well. We'll have absolutely everything. We'll have the kids, we'll have their life, we'll have their inheritance, and we'll pretend to be her. Soulless beings. Stealing your inheritance has come out again. And then we'll just have her getting hits out, put hits out on her. Make out like she's the toxic one. They wanted to see you on knees. They wanted to keep bringing bad news, bad luck, spreading nothing but bad news, bad luck, bad news, bad luck. Government planned terrorist attacks. So basically they've terrorised this feminine because they want to be this feminine and have absolutely everything of this feminine. Government involved in this planned terrorist attack against this feminine to take all her inheritance, to take her children, doing multiple fake accounts. Again, they've done similar with me, and then they've messaged me saying the UK government and the devil's going to get you. The UK government and the devil's going to get you. Stupid phone calls going, it's on your life. The devil's going to get you. UK government and the devil's going to get you. UK government and the devil's going to get you. Knowing they've snatched my children. So obviously if I were in the local police force, they're all involved in abducting my children, sacrificing me, and performing satanic rituals around the clock, and putting multiple hits out on me with the inheritance money what they've stolen off me. Again, my kids are in immediate danger, but the local police force and the local community don't give a damn, because they are money orientated and they want money what's not even actually theirs, which is really putrid. They're very putrid people, because a lot of them will have children themselves, grandchildren and stuff like that, and they wouldn't actually want anything like that to happen to themselves, would they? No, but they're all getting more and more and more deluded as time goes on. So a lot of people who's trying to portray to be this feminine is actually
these are those rhombohedron crystals in your pineal gland. When those crystals become
they're getting more and more deluded by pretending to be someone, and they're actually posing. She's actually posing to be this feminine, and she's got lost. She's got a lost soul. She doesn't know who she is anymore, because she spent that long pretending to be somebody else and pretending to act out like somebody else, speak like her, walk like her, talk like her, dress like her, act like her sense of personality, her sense of self. So she's lost herself. Message of concern, high honour, gift in reverse, and child. So basically, these armed police officers have got involved in satanic rituals and literally wanting to end her and her child or children, to take her gift of child or children and her inheritance. But again, they were supposed to kill me. In January, or they tried to kill me in January 2022, and I was screaming down the phone to the police. I was like, Jesus Christ, please, no, I don't want to. Jesus, please, they're just children. And the police was actually trying to kill me and the kids, along with family members, and family members all passing guns around the estate. There's me calling the police, asking them for help, screaming, Jesus Christ, please, no, I don't want to. Jesus, please, they're just children. And they were supposed to shoot me. And then my ex's brother, they passing guns around. Then my brother, then getting the pals in from local estate to come on in. And they can't like they actually give a damn about what's going on, and try and poison me as well to cover it up, which is absolutely shocking that they're all working so hard to steal inheritances of people what's not actually theirs. And I think it's absolutely putrid on what the government can actually do, and they start harassing that person. So they could be messaging you, saying things like the UK government, the devil's going to get you, on a fake account, then deleting that and constantly creating more and more fake accounts to message from. We've got army. So someone from the army and police, they're involved in doing it, because they all want to portray to be this feminine, to steal absolutely everything of this feminine's children, the full line, the lot. School teachers involved, government officials involved. And I think that this is a type of story that needs to go worldwide. They're doing everything they can, this masculine, who's now a wealthy man, who's all wealthy from being fake and stealing. And he's just attended his own wedding to marry a woman who's pretending to be another one, but he's totally fine with that, he is. Totally fine with her. Oh, I love you and all that. Pretending they love each other. But they're just as deluded as each other. Because again, I don't think they've got any romantic or sexual connection to each other. And he's got no romantic connection or attraction, or never even dated this feminine at all. Yeah, he's married her. He's married her, but he's got no romantic connection or anything like that. He just wants that money. So he's married to someone he doesn't love, and he's pretending that he's married to this feminine to take this wealth. And he must be confused at this point. 25. He must be at that point where he doesn't know whether he's coming or going, and what's right and what's real anymore. So they should like they're delusional. They're deluded because they've lived a life of lies for that many years, pretending to be somebody else. Yeah, stalking and stuff. Studying, watching every single move and location to pretend to be this feminine, to have her life. And a community of them involved, so government officials, army people involved in actually all doing it, probably attending the wedding as well. So they all attended a wedding knowing that it was a fake, false wedding, and they all had partied and got old knees up and thought it was hilarious. So they need to be totally dishonoured, and well, you can't exactly get away with that. That is just sick. It's sickening. Let's pretend to marry her. She don't even attend her own wedding because, well, she don't even know that they're trying to marry her. And then someone's pretending to be her and studying her, a psychopathic policewoman who's stalking this feminine to pretend to be this feminine. And then she wants the children because she's got that lost in character that she thinks she's the children's mother now. So she's got that lost in character that she feels like she's the children's mother. He's probably got that lost in character where he wants to believe he's a children's father, and because he works in police force or something like that, he should take control of the children, what's not actually even rightfully is by law. He's not on the children's birth certificate. He knows he's not, but he's wanted to pretend he's the children's father or stepfather, and he should pass judgment. And she, because she's an absolute nutter, yeah, she wants to pretend she's the children's biological mother, and she's not. She's not the children's biological mother. She's not the children's biological mother. Again, they've abducted my children. They've stolen my DNA. They've stolen my DNA. They've stolen my DNA. They've took my children, yeah, and they're making out like that I've got nothing to do with my own children and I'm a bad person when they've abducted my children and committed that many crimes against me, and they want to end me and my children to cover up. I've not seen my children now for a year. I've not seen my children now for a year, and they're in immediate danger. But if I call the police, they don't give a damn because there's some nutty police officers who's involved in sitting back, letting someone do all these sick things to me and my children and sacrifice me and my children. And they've all just sat back and let it go down. They just let it go down. And it is disgusting. It's really shocking. It's really shocking. So what's coming in for this masculine who's pretending to be this feminine's husband? So I was getting he was supposed to bring a message to this feminine. Him and this group, this team, this third party was supposed to confirm in this message above, was supposed to bring a message surrounding some sort of inheritance, but they wanted to take it for themselves. So he was supposed to deliver a message, but he thought, no, I'm going to pretend to marry her with this fake ass woman, pretending to be her and take absolutely everything off her. There go Hermit, 5 of Pentacles and Page of Cups, 7 of Cups and 3 of Cups, and then the Assassin Hitman card. So what they've done, they know this feminine's on her own because they've watched her that much. They've watched her. They know that she's on her own with her children. Yeah. And this third party, this group, this team of friends, put several different hits out on her and maybe her child or children as well, because they're corrupt government officials who murder women and children to take their inheritance. So they're in a lack mentality. They're like, why should she get this and this children? I think we should take absolutely everything, take the children, make her a victim, and put several different hits out on her. So basically, we've got armed police officers who's doing it, and military police, like people who's worked in the army or something. So we've got armed police officers who's stealing people's inheritances and putting multiple hits out on them. Could be a history, a background of child sexual abuse, and these armed police officers are not liking it because if there's a history of her being sexually abused as a child, she's speaking out about that and having to go to the local police force because she got sexually abused as a child and they did nothing about it. They could be putting multiple hits out on her because they don't like the fact that she's speaking out that they're all a set of child predators and they protect the paedophiles. So they're putting multiple hits out on her, maybe because she's saying that there's protecting these paedophiles, and they do some sick stuff, and they've continued to do some sick stuff just to prove that they're a really sick police force. It sounds like Homicide Police, this does. It's exactly like Homicide Police, yeah? Third party group, friends, community, yeah, collaborating together to put multiple hits out on this feminine because they want to pretend to be this feminine. They want her inheritance, they want her children, her life, her estate, absolutely everything. And they think that by ending her, they can become her. So we've got a lot of mentally unstable, deluded people working in the local police force, the armed police and army people who want someone else's gifts from God. Yeah. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Then 8, we've got Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords, and then the Magician card, so manipulating at any opportunity, Page of Pentacles, manipulating, and King of Wands in reverse, manipulating, yeah, 10 of Swords in reverse, manipulation. Wanted a dream, did want some sort of healing. They wanted her wish fulfillment. They wanted her life, her dreams, her goals, her aspirations, everything for themselves. We've got a King of Swords in reverse and a Star card in reverse. Masculine or feminine who wants to become some sort of a star and be in the public eye for taking gifts, what's not like rightfully theirs, and then putting multiple hits out on. We've got High Priestess and Judgment. High Priestess and Judgment. And then 7 of Wands. So they're wanting someone else's soul purpose, 3 of Pentacles, someone else's skills. Tower. We've got in on some sort of bank fraud, so identity theft, shifting money from accounts, pretending to be, so there could be multiple bank accounts in this feminine's name, what's not actually her bank accounts, what she has no access to, except from this group, this team of people who's collaborated together to take absolutely everything and then put multiple hits out on her. 2 of Swords, and then she's getting mad and angry, you see. And then we've got King of Cups, 2 of Swords, and Page of Wands, and then 3 of Swords in reverse, and then we've got Empress in reverse, so Taurus or Libra or Virgo energy. Mad messages, depressed, and then we've got Temperance, Sagittarius energy, depressed. So basically what they've done is they've caused major depression from trying to be somebody else, trying to take on that person's full life, take everything off that person because they want to be that person, because they think that her life is easy. So it's all premeditated, taking that 10 of Pentacles. They're all under judgment. Take a gift. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, wanting to take that financial stability, that independence for themselves. The Devil card in reverse, and then 8 of Swords in reverse, and 8 of Pentacles, and then King of Cups So Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio masculine, working to message everybody to try and get this mature woman in some sort of either mental entrapment or have her bow down to all them who's stolen everything. Bow down, submit, and we can have everything what's yours. And then we put several lips out on you. And they love to expand in people who sneak around and spy and lie. So basically, they're constantly looking for more people to sneak around, watch this mature woman, spy on her, manipulate things, start an argument with her. As soon as she retaliates and defends herself, they'll call her the bad person and say, oh, she's been nasty to me, and try and get her locked up to avoid them going to prison for their sick crimes. Lying. Yeah, we've got Lion and we've got Temperance Sagittarius. We've got Lion, Sagittarius, Justice. We could be working in the justice system. Then we've got the Sun card. So there could be a Sagittarius and a Leo who's ruthless. There's some ruthless, evil, devious acts. We've got 5 of Wands. And in this 5 of Wands, one at the top is reaching for like the sun. Yeah, so basically, they're all literally battling and competing against her to have her full life. Collaborating, 3 of Pentacles, and we've got the Death card and Secret. So basically, they're all collaborating in secret to keep putting multiple hits out on her, to cover up and manipulating, sending dark energy towards the home. Yeah. Sending dark energy towards the home, sending that spirit of depression instead of that spirit of peace, love, light, that positivity, that happiness, that upbeat type of energy, which is like the sun, positivity. They're manipulating energy and sending it towards the home. So spiritually assassinating, using spell work, and then physical assassins and satanic rituals and sacrificing. And multiple times they've tried to end this feminine's life. We've got Taurus, who's a false victory, 10 of Swords, backstabbing, 10 of Cups and family. So we've got a Taurus who's got a false victory where she's like backstab in messages. Backstab. She's got unrequited love, not just for this feminine, but for herself. And then we've got the Strength card in reverse, and she's weak. She's very, 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 very a weak-minded, pathetic fool who wants to have this feminine's full life for herself and thinks that she can take her place. There's a lot of people who's lying, Ace of Swords, Sun card in reverse, yeah? They're all depressed and they're lying and making out like they're living the best life and they're real happy. They're real happy and stuff like that. So we've got Taurus who's committed to battling and competing to take inheritance what's not hers, so basically, or his. So basically, there's a lot of poly people in this connection who are all pretending to be one person to take this person's life identity. So maybe identity theft, fraud, identity theft type of stuff going down. So they could all be appearing before judges, or they could all be going and filing false police reports, yeah, because they really don't want to be found out for what they've done. So obviously they've got corrupt police officers, corrupt military officers involved. And they all think, linking to family, they all think they're getting away with it. We've got black magic, magician in reverse, and 9 of Wands, and then we've got a Hierophant. They've lost defence from the Most High, so the Most High is not willing to defend these people anymore. Maybe they're unaware of Most High, obviously, if they've been doing satanic rituals and stuff. Now, well, maybe they've got everything, but we've got 9 of Cups in reverse and 3 of Swords in reverse. They're depressed, and they're having an absolute nightmare of a life, an absolute nightmare of a life, and they're all depressed, and they thought that they was going to have a happily ever after, having her happily ever after. Now there's just an absolute nightmare because they've got multiple, maybe they can have multiple people watching them and multiple hits put out on them because they're extremely dangerous. They love to battle and compete against this Empress, 3 of Swords, to bring that heartbreak, news that she was walking away. There could be an ex involved who's very manipulating using black magic and tried to sacrifice with family. Aries, it could be Aries from family. It could be Aquarius from family, who all wanted to be this feminine, have her life, have her inheritance, and put multiple licks out, do a lot of spell casting, so spiritually trying to assassinate via spell work and spiritual attacks, and physical multiple licks out, 9 of Wands. So she could be aware. High Priestess did come out, so she could have seen this in dream state or knew something about this, yeah. And know that Ace of Swords and Page of Wands, they're lying through messages. 3 of Wands, female figure with a surfboard on the internet, they're lying. Lie. Oh, I'm living best life and stuff like that. So basically we've got Sagittarius studying on how to take inheritance and do black magic. Yeah. So we've got Sagittarius who's walking, following, studying this mature woman, to become this mature woman, to watch this mature woman and think, how are we going to take this feminine down and take absolutely everything she's got? 10 of Cups from family, a Sagittarius and an Aquarius. A Sagittarius and Aquarius, a Aries, a Libra, a Leo. That's pretty much all the star signs there. A King of Pentacles in reverse from family. Could be from family, yeah. 10 of Cups right behind it. 7 of Swords. Sneaking in and out of a house, or sneaking around a house, or linking to family. So we've got a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus masculine, either from family or linking to family, who's been caught sneaking around home. I wanted to bring heartbreak. Queen of Cups, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio feminine involved. Queen of Cups in reverse, someone who's a narcissist. So basically a lot of narcissists who are all like wolves in sheep's clothing, who are all linking together, thinking they're absolutely hilarious, these family and a community of people, all stalking, following, and pretend to be this mature woman, trying to end this mature woman, have her children, have her home, have her life, have her inheritance, and they're all going along with each other. We've got Strength card. So basically they've needed a large group of people to take one person down. Justice. Justice will be served. 2 of Swords in reverse. Maybe some people who's working in the justice system is starting to cut through these illusions. 2 of Pentacles, and then 10 of Wands, and 6 of Swords, and then 5 of Swords. But this 10 of Wands is like a female figure with like suitcases and pillows and stuff. So maybe they wanted to just move into her own. Conflict of interest of thinking, I want this house, I want this inheritance for myself, I want this life, I think I deserve this. Peck. I want to move inside of this house. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I want to take that 6 of Cups children. I want to take that light. I want to take that happiness. I want this for myself. It's proper retards. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Ace of Wands in reverse. I was getting that the masculines are now struggling with impotency. The masculines who wanted to be seen as strong and powerful, 2 of Wands, 10 of Cups from family, are impotent. So from family or linking to family, like where it's extended, where they've got the pals in it with the 3 of Cups to collaborate in their families. Now all the masculines are impotent. High Priestess, but I was just getting that, you know, we've got Page of Pentacles coming here, obviously, with these channels and these downloads, I have to get what I is picking up. Impotent. And basically, 3 of Cups are still collaborating to put multiple licks out on this feminine. Child abuse, child sexual abuse. 10 of Swords, Emperor in reverse. Could be an absent father who's linking to child sexual abuse, who could have done some sort of child sexual abuse. Feminine could have been a victim of child sexual abuse. Maybe children's father could have on his record that he sexually abuses children. Something to do with child sexual abuse. Or maybe with this 5 to 10, mature woman could have been sexually abused from the ages like 0 to 10 or something like that. Judgment. So basically, if he's on here, yeah, we've got 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and you've stolen someone else's generational wealth, you are now under major judgment by the Most High. If you are getting in on kidnapping someone else's children because you want to become that person, you are now under major judgment. I am calling you up for judgment. If you are doing spell casting on people, 5 of Pentacles to make them a victim, poverty spells, yeah, you are now under major judgment by the Most High. If you are teaming up to study a person, to become that person, to take their full life, you are under major judgment by the Most High. If you are falsifying legal documentations to force court cases to go in your favour, when you're lying on legal documentation and you're doing spell casting and performing satanic rituals, you are under major judgment by the Most High. So we've got King of Wands. This could be Sagittarius or Leo, masculine who's following in cars with a chariot. Or maybe police vans or police vehicles following around in police cars, police vehicles. Oh, we're just having her under investigation, wrongfully putting her under investigation, satanically sacrificing 3 of Cups, feminist pals. Yeah, because, well, we've got the Devil card in reverse. She ain't working for the devil, but they want to. All right? Heartbreaking messages. Studying this children as well. Yeah, disgusting. They're literally watching the child or children. They're disgusting, yeah, because they're not doing it for good intentions. They're doing it to snatch, abduct the children and do some sick stuff to children. Again, if bad things have happened to my children because they keep sacrificing me and my children are being hurt, which they already have done with these satanic sacrifices and conjured up entities and demons towards me and my children, and constantly sacrificing me and my children because they want everything that's mine, yeah, you are all going to hell and you are never going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. Soulless beings who are money, power, hungry, materialistic, and they'll battle and compete against someone for their own wealth, for their own work, for their own inheritance, because they're mentally unstable and they think that by stealing someone else's inheritance and getting a nice table set or nice garden furniture and stuff like that, they're going to be seen as above. They're not above. All right, they're below. They're below Archangel Michael's foot. Yeah, we've got the Devil card in reverse. They're below Archangel Michael's foot, so he's getting victim of death. Friends, some sort of message, took some sort of information, took some knowledge or wisdom, and making a victim of death. So death spells, and on top of that, murder. Again, I've not seen my children for over a year, and they will not let me speak to my children because they're doing some sick stuff to my children. 3 of Swords, victim, 5 of Pentacles, heartbreaking. And again, I'm beside police, whole crown court, whole city council, they're not doing nothing about it because they're all involved along with family and friends, which is absolutely shocking. And this is why they shut my other YouTube channel down, because I was asking people for help because I want justice and I want my children to be safe. And they're all about the money, which is really cute. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, taking that abundance from the Most High, what's not theirs. So we've got unstable police officers and military women who's got guns, who should not have access to any guns whatsoever. So they should not have any access to guns. So they're shifting guns around. Still trying to put it's out on this feminine because they don't want to go to prison. 10 of Wands, and they don't want to have to move out of home what they've already stole. Yeah, we've got 4 of Wands there, right behind it. 9 of Swords, they know they're guilty. 6 of Cups, family from past. 9 of Wands, they're aware of what they've done, but they thought, we'll just study. Yeah, Page of Swords will just study and watch and then just do all this and just keep watching her, stalking her, following her, try and send her insane with us watching her. Cameras, watch, we'll steal absolutely everything, we'll just watch it all and stuff like that. Putrid. 8 of Cups. Oh, when she's just walking, we'll follow her with her track and trace. We'll have her tracked and trace. We know her location. We know her daily movement. We've watched her that much. Again, this is like my family, yeah? My family. My ex's family, yeah, it's something exactly what they'll do because they've been stalking and following me, and homicide police aren't doing nothing because they're involved because they're mentally retarded. We've got people in the local community who's involved getting paid money because they're all mentally retarded, manipulating, trying to take money. Like, go on, you go put it out on there. And they're passing guns around. Go on, in the community. Go on, you put it out on there. Or just dashing around, passing a gun from person to person to person. Go on, you go down for murder. Go on, you go down for murder. We'll give you a couple of quick. Do you mean they're not going to be able to spend that money because they're going to get put in prison for murder, silly boys and girls. So I rebuke the plans of the devil in the name of Jesus Christ. 7 of Wands, reverse, the soulless beings. They want to keep it a secret, though. They want to just sail away. Yeah. Collaborate to bring that heartbreak. Because what they've done to the children's just putrid. It's actually giving me a headache. So there could be a couple involved, lovers, an Aries or a Taurus who is involved and their lover or lovers who don't give a damn. And they're the type of ones where they're like, let's do another fake account and start peck, 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 peck. They're mentally disturbed, they're mentally retarded. They're all a set of Walters, yeah. They all are going to hell, 100% they're going to hell. They think the devil likes them, but I'm telling you now, the devil does not like them. Okay, the devil does not like them. We'll do that via the internet, thinking that, we'll make out like we live abroad. Yeah, enemies for swords. We know about that heartbreak. We'll make out like we live overseas and stuff like that. We know about that heartbreak, but we're collaborating. 9 of Cups in reverse. Nightmare. Lovers, maybe a couple from abroad. Maybe an ex or a ex abroad could be involved, obviously. So, yeah, some surfing internet. Ay. Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio energy. 3 of Cups, friends, they're lovers. Let's just keep putting it out persistently. Yeah, let's just keep taking work or something, knowledge, wisdom down. All right, let's just keep doing these satanic rituals and totally ruin someone else's life out of sheer spite and jealousy. And that's literally what they're doing. That's literally what they are doing. So they're constantly plotting and planning. The next move be nothing but putrid. But because I is speaking this truth and then I is getting mad, that's exactly why they shut my other YouTube channel down. Because they didn't like it that they was messaging on my channel and messaging on social media, getting gobby, knowing exactly what they've done and what they continue to do. And as soon as I stand up for myself, they're like, Mr. Policeman, go and arrest her. We've just called her all these names and, she's called us something back, arrest her. We've just been doing all these evil, sinister acts, go and arrest her and that. So if we can get these absolute cranks taken down surrounding me, that'd be much appreciated because they're a set of low-rank cranks who are extremely dangerous. And I mean extremely dangerous. Obviously, if they're dashing around with guns, yeah, organ harvesting, you won't believe who lied on you. So basically, they're telling her there's a shit ton of lies on this feminine. They're getting everyone to lie about this feminine to create a lot of illusions and confusions. We've got someone involved who's got long grey hair. Someone involved who's got long grey hair. Someone involved could be masculine. Masculine could work in the police force, could be linking to this family who's lying persistently. Warlock. Alright, so we've got a warlock who's got long grey hair, could be working in the local police force, who's collaborated with friends to put hits out. Yeah, so there's a warlock who works in the local police force. King of Swords in reverse. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a fire sign masculine, could be an air sign masculine, but regardless, constantly abusing that power position and being a warlock. A warlock who works in the prison. Who sends police officers towards this feminine to try and take her inheritance, her financial stability. We've got death, lying. There's lying surrounding a death. The lying surrounding a death of her spirit. And heartbreaking death. The lion. Hexing, cursing. A lot of hexing and cursing. Now there's a difference calling someone out, speaking the truth, yeah, and then going to do spell casting and bang a lot of stuff together to do some dark black magic, warlocks, witches, wizards type of stuff, where they do black magic and do this sick stuff and think that because there's a warlock, a witch or a wizard that they should have someone else's life, identity and take absolutely everything. They're trying to hold back, they're lying to hold back surrounding some sort of victim, constant victim of police brutality, a victim of this, maybe victim since childhood, yeah, Page of Cups in reverse, sneaky deceptive, you see. Aware of that heartbreak, but they don't care because they're heartless. And then to stop this truth coming out, surrounding maybe them being sexually abused as a child, they'd rather take everything what's hers, take her full life, and then put hits out on her to protect themselves, because they don't want the general public to know that they're predators, that they're pedos, that they murder innocent people for their own inheritance and keep shifting guns around. Dangerously low vibrational people who should have been put in a mental institute a long time ago. It's actually giving me a headache. So one of these people who's roaming around with guns and stuff, yeah, because obviously this Archangel Michael's army, yeah, where there's probably watching them. These people who are roaming around with guns and going to assassinate, we've got Temperance. The one who they're trying to assassinate is heavily guarded and protected by Archangel Michael. So this group with this Three of Cups, they're under major judgment. They are. And study program. So this feminine, since childhood, because we've got High Priestess, what comes out, could have been studied on since the child and used for some sort of testing, collaborated to continuously bring that heartbreak and that pain. And they all just sit back and do these heartbreaking pain, trauma, basically, so they traumatise this feminine and their child and children their full entire life. That's what they do to a lot of psychics. Yeah, is they their family will literally sell them out to the government, and they will have them just studied on and have them traumatised their full life because they have some sort of psychic abilities, and family members get jealous, but they want to monetize on traumatizing psychics, which is again what a lot of the government, that this MK Ultra type of stuff, where the evil good government people start traumatizing children throughout their full life, constantly give them that heartbreak, that pain, that sadness, that loss, that grief, that separation anxiety, for monetary gains. He's getting something surrounding that, and then instead of giving and bringing that justice as that justice is coming in, they snatch that justice, they take that for themselves, the money, and they continue that pain, that trauma, time and time and time again. But these people, they're never going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. They may feel like they've got heaven because they've got materialistic things, but they're going straight to the pits of hell where they crawled out of. They're going straight to the pits of hell. Now, a lot of these people who join in and do that type of stuff, they've probably never even been through as much pain or trauma in their life. They love to inflict that pain and trauma. And then when people stand up and defend themselves, these government officials are like, excuse me, you defending yourself? You standing up for yourself? I'm big man. I'm not having you standing up to me. I'm big woman. I'm not having you standing up to me, you know. And they'll start doing more false reports. And you'd think that at some point, these government officials, the good ones, would use the brain, wouldn't you? But apparently everyone's brain dead nowadays. And anyone who's got a brain, they want to make them brain dead to make them feel superior. Oh, look, someone's got a brain for themselves. You know, let's try and make them brain dead because we don't like how intelligent someone is and how someone else is connected to the divine, and we're just not, and we're so shut off from God's source and stuff like this. Honestly. And then they think that light workers and people who are in tune with the divine can't actually work out of that darkness either. We've all got darkness and light, but they operate out of that darkness 24/7. And they want to take all that light within that prosperity. Yeah. So they could have done some child sexual abuse experiment where they just sexually abuse these children. 4 of ones inside of their home, sexually abuse these children, monetize off it, sell them child sexual abuse images, bang them online, them and their pals in this community, which is a paedophile ring. So it's getting its link into a paedophile ring. So it could have been born into a paedophile ring where family just let you get sexually abused and they think it's totally fine. Because they view it, this is a sig by the way, and I've still not smoked weed for over a year, because they think that child sexual abuse is totally normal, and to keep performing satanic rituals and stuff like that on children is totally normal. Collaborated with the community to put it out, so passing guns around the local community. So there's taking money, secrets being revealed, they're guilty, and well, they're only going to go to prison for it. So we've got couples, lovers, are like, oh, go on, Mr. and Mrs. in the local community. We'll give you this gun, we'll give you some pennies, and you'll go put it out in it. Oh, it's all right, we'll go do that. It's bad news. Using black magic to create a lot of illusions surrounding the community as well. And again, if anything bad's happened to my children, yeah, I'm never going to forgive the people in Hull. I'm never going to forgive Humberside Police. I'm never going to forgive Hull Crown Court. I'm never going to forgive my family, or on both sides, or my ex's family, because they go too far to steal absolutely everything you have and think it's funny. They think it's just a big game. Let's just keep steal, robbery, theft. The police don't do nothing. Tell you why? Because it's just as putrid as these people act like big man and Mr. and Mrs. Intelligent when they've let all that go down. Persistent corruption and injustice. So judgment. Guilty is what they are. So just want just don't want that healing. And every time feminine heals or our child or children heal, they want to do some evil, putrid things to create that heartbreak, because that's all they're here for. The lion. So they could have took control of a home and actually left this femme out. And they're aware. There's a lot of people who's aware in the community and they're all turning a blind eye for a few quid. So these men and women are not real men and women. They're putrid. They're disgusting. And these are the type of men or women I would never want to settle down with in a relationship. I don't give a fuck how much they've got in the bank. If it's all through robbery and theft, it means nothing to me. It means nothing. The bank account means nothing to me. What's in their bank account? We've got Temperance, Archangel Michael energy. 8 of Pentacles in reverse, yeah, because it's probably all stolen money. 2 of Pentacles are transferring it from account to account. It's being revealed. They've got a false victory. They're trying to take someone else's recognition for themselves. Someone else's work, someone else's knowledge, wisdom, someone else's ideas, someone else's full life for themselves, and they run off the back of someone else's inheritance. They all live a life of luxury, and the police are just like, yeah, aren't we great? You know, letting all this go down. Yeah, death. Lion. Surrounding a death. Because they took some money. Maybe they're linking to a lot of deaths. Where they or they lied about these attempted murders and these multiple hits. I mean, they're not going to admit it, are they? They're not going to admit it, are they? Because they're going to go to prison. Again, they know for a fact that guns are being getting passed around to assassinate me, and they're like, oh, don't listen to her, she's psychic, oh, don't listen to her, she gets channels. And she sees things via dream state. Oh, don't listen to her. She's speaking truth. Oh, don't listen to her. She's got a connection to the divine. Let's psychic attack her. Psychic attack, and take everything what's theirs. Because they're weirdos. Absolute weirdos who need some severe psychiatric treatment. They need to be sectioned. A lot of these so-called psychologists or psychiatrists are all fake and false, and they'll say anything for a few £100 or a few grand under the table if that means that they're going to get paid because they're matrix trained. Matrix trained, where they're all about the money and they're not about telling the truth or doing the rightful thing. If you've got enough money, yeah, these doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists and nurses will let you get away with anything if you give them a couple of quid under the table or label anyone as anything on legal documentation for the right amount of money, which is putrid. Because, well, if it was to happen to their child or their children, it'd be a totally different dynamic, wouldn't it? It'd be totally different. Yeah. And if it was to happen to them, it would be totally different. They'd be asking for help as many times as I've asked for help. But again, with the local police force, Humberside Police, there's no help there. They're too arrogant.